Have you ever been in any one of these three scenarios? You met a guy, you became friends, you shared your the one lists, then he decided that he was going to be everything on that list to you, started courting you, and then ended up breaking your heart because you can't really pretend for that long. Or somebody came to you and said, God said you're the one. You dated this man on the premise that he had heard from God until he once again started showing his true colors, and you ended up finding out that he was just in it for what he could gain from you because you had something financial he wanted, or because you had social capital that he wanted to tap into. Am I talking to someone? Or you met a guy, he knew all along that you were not the one, but he just needed some company, some feminine energy, and you happened to just be available. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to handle the not the one phase. This how-to series is actually inspired by a friend who reached out to me and needed some advice on how to handle this very sensitive season when you have finally acknowledged that this person is not the one and you have decided to cut ties with them. Let's get into this video and figure out how to navigate this space. Hi, my name is Melody and this is House of Hosting Heaven. If you are new to this channel, I hope you get to stay. You subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. Now, today I'm going to be talking about this topic, and as you know, I don't like to talk about stuff that I haven't really experienced, and so the stuff that I'm talking about I haven't read in a book. It's stuff that I've had to grow through and go through, and I'm hoping that the advice that I give can be useful to you in your own personal journey or a friend's personal journey. So the first thing that I want to encourage you to do when you have finally entered into that space where you are no longer in denial is to fully accept. Full acceptance is the first stage to healing. Full acceptance of the situation that has just happened is going to help you and guard your heart so that you don't go back to where you have just come from. Do you know how easy it is to go back to that bumpy ride if you don't fully accept the person that is in front of you for who they are and the decision that you have made for what it is? So full acceptance is going to be so pivotal. The Bible says hope deferred makes the heart grow sick. I know how difficult this season can be for you and how hectic it can truly be for a woman to process all the emotions that come with a breakup, or finally acknowledging and accepting that this person is not the one. But full acceptance of the reality of who this man is will completely cut off that hope of its life support and cause it to die. Because if it continues to leave, it will continue to be painful. Some of you are watching right now and you're still hopeful, and it is that hope that is actually paining you. When I talk about full acceptance, I like to give this illustration of a closed fist. And full acceptance literally just means you open up this fist as slowly as you can, as surely as you can. It might be difficult, but you open it up. And the reason why you're opening it up is because you want to let go of what's in that palm so that God can give you what He has in store for you. So full acceptance says pray for it, look for it, work for it. If it means writing down on a piece of paper the reasons why you left, do it. If it's going to give you full acceptance of what's in front of you. Refresh your memory on the man that you're trusting God for. Take time to look at the man that this man has been in your relationship and weigh it to what you thought he was going to be. Don't be afraid to moan the relationship. Don't be afraid to shed a tear. Cry if you have to. Emote it out. It's okay, sis. We've been through it. Pray for him in this season. Pray for God to give you the strength to release him. And full acceptance starts manifesting itself when you start walking in kingdom again like a single person. I remember after my broken engagement had failed, and at this point we hadn't really had closure, and I hadn't really given him back his ring. I wore that thing around and pretended everything was perfect And if anybody asked me how he was doing, I would say he is excellent. Even though I knew I hadn't spoken to him in a couple of months, it was crazy. But the day that I decided, the day that I 100% fully accepted it for what it was from that day onwards that I started walking around like a single woman. And that was part of full acceptance manifesting itself. Number 2, sis, forgive yourself. Even the best of us get it wrong. I know for a long time, I struggled with the fact that I thought I had heard God about my previous relationship and that it had failed. Forgive yourself, because even the best of us get it wrong. Cut yourself some slack. Forgive yourself even for the things that you permitted him to do, the things that you allowed yourself to go through. It's okay, sis. You can forgive yourself. If God can forgive you, you can forgive yourself. Number 3, forgive God. I know some of you have issues with God right now. I know that some of you watching this video have 5-year-old issues with God. You have a decade-year-old issues with God concerning how some of your relationships went. God, why would you allow this man to hurt me this way? Why would you allow this man to take advantage of me this way? Why would you allow this man to break me this way? I want you not only to forgive yourself for the things that you permitted yourself to go through, but I want you to forgive God. Because there is no way you're going to exist outside of God and thrive. See, there are times when God will not initiate for something to happen, but he will permit it. He will allow it. He will watch it happen. And we've got to have enough faith to know that if God permits it and he allows it, that all things are going to work together for our good. That all of these things that are happening in our lives are employees on God's payroll working together for our good. Number 4, sis, get busy in your assignment. You know, I have found purpose to be such a powerful protection, especially in seasons when you are unsure of yourself, unsure of the future, unsure of where you're going, unsure of where you're coming from, unsure of what's happening. Purpose is our anchor, and that's why I really am a massive advocate for people finding out their God-given assignments, because you can always hide. You can always find refuge in purpose. Get yourself busy. What has God asked you to do? What is God having you do in this season? Go for that thing. Go hard for that thing. Exert your emotion, your passion, your energy on that thing as you permit God to heal you. Ruth, after dealing with the death of her husband, went into the field and she started working. She started exerting her energy on something. She started occupying her mind on something. She didn't sit around and sob and die of hunger. She said to herself, how can I be useful in the current season that I'm in with my mother-in-law? Let me go and let me find some grain. And it was in that field where Boaz found her there. Purpose provides us with something to hold on to when everything else around us is shaking. I'm hoping that you're going to bury yourself in purpose. That in the season when you're trying to handle the space you're in, when you've just realized that he's not the one, that there can still be something else that you can be so passionate about that gives you hope for the future. And finally, ladies, I want to encourage you not to give up on love. I remember a season in my personal journey when I had given up on love. And I remember God having a conversation with me and saying, if you believe in me and I am love, you've got to believe in love. How can we believe in a God that is love and not believe in love? Pure love, the God kind of love, the love that is able to love us right. Surely there is somebody out there that God can equip by his grace to love you the right way. So don't you ever give up on love, sis. I want to say thank you to the lady that asked this question, because then I get to do this video and empower a lot more women on this topic. Let me know in the comment section below what stood out for you the most, and I really encourage you to comment on these videos. It really encourages me as well to keep making them. Make sure that you thumbs up because it helps our algorithm take this video and push it out to as many people as possible that need it. You have just been watching the House of Hosting Heaven How To series. I will see you in my next video. Take care.